Bonjour. Wait. Hola.
Good morning.
It's day 3 on the Camino de Santiago, Camino Frances. And we just left Roncesvalles.
It was a chilly night, but it was really great because they closed the windows. I slept really well, like as far as temperature.
That would be the only probably good thing to say about sleeping well last night.
I was trying to start with the positive.
So we were in the
Albergue.
Roncesvalles.
In Roncesvalles, there's only one albergue. It's a big one, and then there are
220 beds split into 2 rooms on 2 floors.
There are 3 hotels that you can get private rooms in, but they're pricey compared to just a bed.
The bed was, I think, $14 a person.
Yeah.
And then there was an extra charge for dinner and breakfast if you chose to do it. The dinner was okay. It was...
it was a typical pilgrim dinner.
3 courses. We had super pasta, and then there was a choice between pork or fish, and then there was cake.
A pilgrim dinner can be hit or miss. 2 nights ago in Orison, it was pretty good. Last night it was just okay. Our
experience is the more people they're cooking for, the less impressive the dinner is.
Yeah.
And they were cooking for a lot of people. But the room was all right. We were in a cubicle with 4 beds total, 2 bunk beds. We had a top and a bottom. The couple across from us in our cubicle had a top and a bottom, a husband and wife, and they spoke no English at all.
Yeah, so that meant no pillow talk last night.
But we did see many of the same people that we saw in Roncesvalles the night before, met some new friends, and overall had an enjoyable evening.
Would I stay there again? For the price, yes. For the price, yes, because it's going to be, as he said, $14 a bed, so $28 for the 2 beds, or $100 for a bed at any of the other hotels. So for one night, definitely worth it. You just have to come mentally prepared for the experience. It's our only bunk room situation. We do have more shared rooms, but they're all single beds. Will that mean that we have more room? I don't know. Maybe we'll have less. We'll have to see as we go.
All right, well, sorry for the video quality this morning. We're walking through a pretty dark forest. Yeah. It's a very thick forest. So even though we've got clear skies ahead and the sun is up and out, this forest is blocking most of the light. So sorry if this looks kind of dark. What's today's topic, Michelle?
Today we're going to talk about, can you get lost on the Camino, or how do you find your way? And because a lot of people don't know how it's marked. So we're going to be talking about the different markings and how easy it is to stay on the trail versus getting lost.
Spoiler alert, it's pretty easy to stay on the trail. Do not go that way.
When you're walking through these pretty little villages, it's easy to get distracted. Can you find the yellow arrow right now?
Today, I feel like the Camino honeymoon is over.
Camino honeymoon is definitely over today.
I mean, just yesterday with all the views of the mountains and the animals grazing and all of that.
Yeah.
And then today, I mean, it's pretty.
Yeah.
But it's really just farmland and forests.
Well,
and there's no views.
And your body is starting to wear off of the adrenaline portion.
Yeah. These roadside food truck bars always appear at the most convenient times. We're about 3 kilometers or so from Zubiri, and here's the last stop of the day before arriving. Buen Camino, pilgrims! Reception and laundry area. Bathroom and shower downstairs. The rooms are upstairs. A little salon.
With chairs that are so comfortable.
And here's our dining table for tonight's communal dinner. And then outside, a lovely garden with an area to hang and dry our laundry.
Tonight we have a private room, and but with a shared bathroom. And what's really cool is it's a communal dinner of only 12 people tonight, and I'm so excited. Come on in. I will tell you, it was like a kilometer, felt like walk out of town to get here, but I think it's gonna be worth it.
It is off the Camino.
I'm so excited to be here in this private room after last night in that albergue of 250 some people.
So, for today, terminé.
Terminé. Completo.
Finished.
Finished. Done.
Hola!
Good morning.
It is day 4 on the Camino de Santiago, Camino Frances.
It has been raining all night long. It was actually quite pleasant to sleep in the rain. So that was really nice. It's 6:45 in the morning, and we are heading to Pamplona today, our first big city of the Camino, and we have massages scheduled at 4.
And a Michelin 1-star dinner waiting for
Okay,
us.
so a lot to look forward to. So we're gonna hurry up and talk to you really quick.
Before we leave, we have to talk to you about Albergue Suseia.
Now hold on, before we talk to him about that, let's talk about what Brian was saying on the way to this albergue.
It's half a kilometer from where you take the bridge, where you leave the Camino to come into Zubiri in order to get here. And as we were walking in at the end of a kind of long, kind of tough day.
It was our longest of the first 3 days as far as mileage is concerned.
We were just like, oh, why did we book this albergue? It's off the path a little bit.
I was like, why did I do this? I didn't know it was so far away. Until last night when we had the most amazing dinner
that we have
had on all of our Caminos, I would say.
Say probably, it beat the food of just about any place we have ever eaten. It was a 5-course dinner.
And we brag
And
we brag about George's dinner in Portugal. Like, there are some dinners that we brag about.
So many dinners in Italy.
This was outstanding. There's a shared room, there's a private room with a shared bathroom, and then there's private room, private bathrooms. There are only 12 beds, and it's a communal dinner, €18 a person. Let me tell you, if you are planning a Camino, please write this albergue down. Cannot say enough. The bed was comfortable. There were only 4 or 6 of us sharing a bathroom, so not bad at all. I cannot tell you how much it was worth that half a kilometer or so walk. But because of that, and then because of our long walk, we gotta go.
Yeah, Pamplona awaits. Vamos.
Let's go.
We made it about 50 yards down the road, and the drizzle started. There was,
and then it started to rain.
Hopefully just one cell that we have to worry about. But we shall see. Altrea.
Onward.
Just in case we have led you to believe already that the Camino is nothing but beautiful views and pastures full of animals grazing.
Don't break the reality. Come on.
Every now and then, you gotta walk by this. Saint-Jean, all the way through Pamplona and even just a little bit beyond it, is known as the Basque country. It's not really quite Spain and it's not really quite France, it's the Basque.
It's a different language. It's got a little bit different flavor in food and a little bit different, like the spelling of words are different.
Oh, the language doesn't look anything like Spanish or French.
And the culture's just a little bit different.
So a lot of street signs and even warning signs and things like that are not only in Spanish, but they're also in Basque. And when we were in Saint-Jean, you might have noticed that many of the street signs were in French and were in Basque. Many people speak Basque here, although they also generally speak Spanish as well.
Today it's set on, I don't know, we've heard multiple places that this is supposed to be a relatively easy walk, mostly downhill into Pamplona. But it's been full of what we call PUDs, which are pointless up and downs. That's a Coleman thing. You can share it all you want. And what we mean by that is there's no view. So you just keep going up big hills, down big hills. Well, we've been climbing a little bit, and now we're going down. But this stretch, this stone is slippery because it's been raining all night.
And the humidity is about 150%.
Yeah, it's really hot. I mean, it's not really hot. It's just really humid and wet. So I'm taking the side of the mud. Brian's taking the stone. Everyone's just kind of getting down as best they can.
I heard all the people saying, get down on it, come on and get down on it if you really want it.
And we're both slipping, so I don't know really which one's better.
I don't know which one's better. There's thorns everywhere where I'm walking. But the goal is just to get to food because we've been walking for 8 kilometers and we haven't had any food yet. So we're getting a little testy.
So in answer to your question, should I use hiking poles on the Camino?
Yes.
Days like today are an example of why you absolutely do need them, even if you don't use them every day.
If you're young and super fit, you're not even watching this video. If you're not, these poles, I'm telling you, Brian has slipped like 4 times. I've slipped a few times, and these poles are what has stopped us. So I highly recommend them. And if you can't bring them over because you're not packing any luggage, you can buy them in any of the big cities. Saint-Jean-Pied-de-Port, Pamplona, where we're going, you can buy them wherever. But let's keep going because I'm hungry.
We are walking into the city of Pamplona. We're in the suburbs right now, and these are honestly the most difficult places to follow the Camino. Problem number 1, you're getting distracted by all the sights and the shops and the stores and the people. Problem number 2, the markers are a little bit harder to spot. Many times they are on a lamp post or a downspout, or they've been covered up by a delivery truck that's parked in front of them so you don't notice them. And it makes it just a little bit more challenging to find your way. We're on the 3rd floor and a half because we came up to the 3rd floor and then we had that staircase. And at reception they said it was one of the nicest rooms in the hotel. She probably tells everyone that.
I'm so excited. Okay. Oh, there's a bathtub. How do I turn the light
Michelle
on?
has a bathtub, which makes her very happy.
Oh my gosh.
She has a bidet, which makes her very happy.
Okay.
Bathtub. Let's see the
There's a hairdryer if I wanted to get fancy.
Oh, well, we do have a fancy dinner tonight.
There's air conditioning.
And here's the grand view of the room across the street.
We have showered and quickly washed our laundry and run out so that we can go to one of our favorite bars here in Pamplona, which is, the name of it is, Brian?
Cafe Aruna.
And it's Hemingway's bar. We got pinchos. They're not tapas. Here in this area, they're pinchos. We got salmon and cucumber. And then this is like a chorizo egg roll.
I think that's what it is.
More importantly, I got a strawberry flavored vodka, or I'm sorry, strawberry flavored gin with Sprite, and it is so good. And Brian got...
I have a whiskey and Coke.
We need to eat fast because we have massages in just a few minutes.
Pamplona is a busy, bustling town.
Absolutely. If you have time to stay here, I would definitely do it.
But be careful not to run yourself ragged. A lot of pilgrims do take a rest day here. The challenge is there's so much to do that you might not actually rest much.
Yeah, we know that from experience. We decided not to take a rest day this time, just to experience different towns. But Pamplona, running of the bulls, it's a great, I mean, if you could be here and see the running of the bulls, what an experience.
San Fermin is in the middle of July, I believe.
We've never been here, like we talked about it, but we've never been here. But there's this beautiful city building behind us. There's the cathedral.
Museums, all sorts of Hemingway things. And of course, shops and markets and stores. You can buy anything you forgot.
And if you are a weary pilgrim, go to Altrea for good massages. They have pilgrim massages, an hour for €50, and I highly recommend them.
Yes.
And so that would be a place where I would go. There's a pilgrim store where you can get everything you need as a pilgrim, from your backpack to your clothing to everything you need on the trail.
And of course, Pamplona is known for its pinchos. So make sure, don't spend too much money on dinner. Just do a pinchos crawl.
Well, and get away from the plaza. And it's not a big deal to go in and look at all their pinchos. And if you don't like what you see, go to a different bar. We went to 3 bars before we found the pinchos that you're seeing in this video. And they were amazing.
Everything was fantastic.
Yeah, but don't settle. Don't settle, ever.
I got